All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily, where we post daily Raiders content. If that is something you enjoy this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're out here on a trip, so kind of making a video here on the fly. I want to make this short and sweet because I was reading an article on Pro Football Focus, and they had the Raiders. They were ranking all the defensive lines. They had the Raiders at 19. I'm thinking to myself, 19? You got Maxx Crosby, who statistically, the only player at his position last year, Maxx Crosby, the guy who's been in the league for a handful of years, was Myles Garrett. Chandler Jones, the addition, who's led the league in forced fumbles for several seasons. I think they're going to be a lot better than some people think. So I'm kind of want to gauge Raider Nation, because if you guys didn't know, Packers fan, started making videos from the Davante Adams trade because I'm like, shit, the Raiders can play. This is pretty sweet. The Raiders have a sweet-ass team. I love their culture, and Vegas is pretty cool too. But I feel like every time I make a video or I'm reading an article on the Raiders, I'm always expecting them to be like top 15 at worst. Because this was a solid football team last year that went through a lot. They went through a lot. The Raiders went through so much at the start of last season that the fact they were able to corral 4 straight wins at the end to get into the postseason, almost win in the postseason, I feel like that was extremely impressive. So a lot of the times with all the moves they made, specifically on the defensive front, obviously Davante Adams as well, every time I read a Raiders thing about defense, I'm thinking they're going to get the respect they deserve. I'm always mistaken. 19th out of 32. The reasoning, first off, Maxx Crosby and Chandler Jones alone, you could have new player 1 and new player 2, Madden reference, right there at defensive tackle, nose tackle, whatever the hell. And the Raiders would still be better than most defensive lines in the NFL just because of those 2 studs at the edges. That's how that works. So then they re-signed Jonathan Hankins, and you went out and you got Bilal Nichols, but then you also got guys like Tyler Lancaster, Vernon Butler. So I'm very confused because I view all those players as complementary pieces. They're not going to change. They're not going to do anything crazy. But when I look at a guy like Nichols, I just made a video on Nichols. The guy's versatile as it is. He's barely, he's been in the NFL for 5 or 6 seasons. Still, he's in his prime right now. He's entering his prime. He's played defensive tackle, he's played nose tackle, and he's played on the edge. So he's extremely versatile. So you're going to see Nichols in a bunch of different sets all season, I would imagine. And then Hankins, I'm confused. Is he bad? Am I mistaken? Is he all of a sudden bad? Did he just get bad after one off season? I don't really understand it. Now I kind of want to look, who's 18? Because if it's some bum team at 18, the Ravens, I don't want to hear it. So it got me thinking, you still have Sue. The Raiders are still in the running for Sue. At the time of this recording, Sue has not been signed. I like Sue. I don't think they need to make a move for Sue, but if they did, I wouldn't be too upset. I still think, like I said, Nichols, I think Hankins. I think we're going to see a bunch of different schemes from Patrick Graham. I think that's kind of what he told Crosby in February was, screw all that 3-4, screw all that 4-3. We're going to put you in the right spots to succeed. So I'm thinking the Raiders kind of want versatile guys. Sue's solid for sure. You got guys like Eddie Goldman out there still. You got guys like Linval Joseph. I've made plenty of videos on all 3 of those cats. Any 3 of those guys would work. You have Larry Ogunjobi, who is, to me, the best option at defensive tackle. He's coming off an injury, but at the same time, I'm thinking if you just signed Bilal Nichols and you just re-signed Hankins, they're probably not all that interested in spending the money to get Larry Ogunjobi. So maybe another time. But I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say, Raider Nation. What do you think about the defensive line in general? Because I view it as a top 10. I really don't think you could go further than top 16. I really don't. If you did, I'd want to see the list because I have a hard time imagining there's 16 better defensive lines than Maxx Crosby and Chandler Jones, even just as it is. Even 4 versus those 2, I'm taking Maxx Crosby and Chandler Jones over most defensive lines. Let me know what you guys think. Very curious. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. As always, we're trying to hit 3,000 subs by the end of June. I think we're like 80 away. It's probably definitely going to happen. So I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, drop a comment. Peace.